this is the bad news stuff. Parents who refuse children gender change face 7 years in jail by Scotland. And this is a similar thing to that was happening before, where the British government, who still has control over most of the stuff, right, in Scotland, said to the other laws that Nicola Sturgeon wanted to come in, you can't do that. What they're saying here is, they're saying, if you tell your kid, possibly, they don't know how far this is going to go, but it sounds like if you tell your kid, take off that dress, don't use the pink scooter even though your father bought it for you.
Are you talking about your own sons here?
Anyway,
it was a tough time in the 50s, wasn't it?
Anyway, then you could be sent to the cornfield, as
What do you
they
think's
say.
happening here, Josh?
So it's amazing that the SNP is still sort of pursuing these kind of laws when they were so quickly found undone when they tried to pass through they did pass through, by the way, but except it was then the UK. Now, there is an idea that this is a further strategy. When you put a male rapist into a female jail, any normal human being says, this is morally wrong. And so even SNP supporters were like, nah, this is too far. The question is whether this one is going to pass. It's harder for people to take a moral position on it. Now, what they've done is also they've conflated conversion therapy again for homosexuals with conversion therapy, or the idea of conversion therapy with this trans ideology. They're not the same. So to put them in the same bill is a bad idea, number one. No one wants these sort of gay conversion stuff or whatever, apart from Lewis. But the danger is what they've discussed here as psychological harm. What is psychological harm to a child? Is it saying to them, you can't wear this dress? Well, if they then go and have a big old fit about it and whatever, is that psychological harm because they're crying about it? If they're saying that the parents could be held up to 7 years in jail? I mean, this is ridiculous. So going back to the original point was, is it trying to force the UK's hand, where the UK then steps in and goes, well, we're going to stop this bill, which is what they did last time, except now the Scottish people are not going to get behind or be as against it as they were with the... That's my theory.
OK.
Did that make any sense? I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I think we'll play the clip again in a few months as the news story carries on and see if you're right. OK.